start the possibility.
Okay, so hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you, and today it's going to be another live class for all of us. And today's lecture is based on tenses. As many of you have already requested कि मैम tenses पे एक lecture होना चाहिए, so we have brought one lecture on tenses for all of us. And now one thing is that tenses की जब भी बात आती है, we have three types. टेंस वर्ड ही इससे आता है कि आप टेंस किस चीज के लिए होते हो, राइट? तो टेंस आप किसके लिए होते हो? कोई पास्ट की कोई प्रॉब्लम है उस पे टेंस होते हो, प्रेजेंट है, प्रेजेंट की चीजें हैं, विल बी एबल टू क्लियर दिस एग्जामिनेशन और नॉट, इस पे टेंस होते हो। फ्यूचर, फ्यूचर में हम क्या करेंगे, इफ दिस हैपेंस, इफ दिस डज नॉट हैपन, सो ऑल दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हिच वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन। तो टेंसेस भी क्या होता है, तीन चीजों पे ही रन अप करते हैं। पहले हम डिस्कस करते हैं कि हमने अभी तक टॉपिक्स जो कवर किए हैं, नाउन्स वी हैव कवर्ड इट आउट, आर्टिकल्स हम कर चुके हैं, पैनल पे हम क्लासेस में प्रेपोजिशन भी कर चुके हैं, कुछ ईडियम फ्रेजेस में एट बाय द एंड ऑफ द क्लास में वो जरूर डिस्कस करके जाऊंगी, सो दैट यू हैव अ हैबिट ऑफ लर्निंग सम ईडियम्स along with the topic. Now one thing, do remember it out, whenever we are doing a topic, I always tell my students that documentation is there. Documentation पढ़ना मत भूला करो, documentation को download करो, अपने notes बनाओ, and that is going to help you to crack this examination. Because English is very important, it's going to come for 20 marks, and 20 marks is not a short, you can say it's not a less number, it's a good number, and you can crack it easily because the level of examination is not that tough, right? So now let's start it out, what we are doing it. Okay, chemical paper, sure, I'll take it for you. Okay, so now let's start out. This class will be running up. Hi Gaurav, hi it's Sumukha and Nitish. So Keshav will be having it out in our regular classes too. Now tenses की जब बात आ रही थी तो मैंने आपको तीन चीजें याद रखनी है. You don't have to think anything else. सिर्फ ध्यान से सुनना. We'll divide it out. If it is not possible to today, we have to do all the class today. आप आज हम कुछ पोर्शन करेंगे, कुछ पोर्शन हम कल करेंगे. तो टेंसेस का, as I told you, that there is present, past and future tense. अब मैं आपको कुछ हैक्स बताऊंगी इसमें. पहले समझ लो कि फॉर्म्स जो टेंसेस होती हैं वो तीन बेसिक फॉर्म्स में होती है, राइट? सो व्हाट आर द थ्री बेसिक फॉर्म्स ऑफ अ टेंस? अब आ जाता है, देयर आर थ्री बेसिक फॉर्म्स, प्रेजेंट, पास्ट एंड फ्यूचर. ईच हैज अ प्रेजेंट फॉर्म. परफेक्ट फॉर्म होती है जब एक्शन क्या होता है, कंप्लीट हो जाता है. जैसे मैंने बोला कि एक्शन अभी अभी कंप्लीट होके हटा है, सो दैट इज योर परफेक्ट फॉर्म, राइट? तो परफेक्ट फॉर्म क्या हो जाती है जब एक्शन अभी अभी कंप्लीट होके हटता है. I don't know why it is not working. Okay. पहले अभी तक कोई डाउट है किसी को, किसी चीज के रिलेटेड, कोई क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड? एनीवन, इफ एनीवन हैज अ क्वेश्चन, द पर्सन कैन गो अहेड टिल नाउ बिफोर आई स्टार्ट विद द एंटायर टॉपिक. Till the time I also start with the, why it is not working? Okay, so it started. Now see, अब क्या आ जाता है, रूल्स एंड सीक्वेंस ऑफ टेंस. अब मैंने बोला परफेक्ट फॉर्म क्या होती है. परफेक्ट फॉर्म होती है जैसे कोई चीज है, हमने क्लास को स्टार्ट किया, क्लास हैज बीन स्टार्टेड फॉर पास्ट 5-10 मिनट्स सपोज, तो जो चीज है जो पिछले से चल रही है और 5-10 मिनट क्या हो गया उसके, कॉन्टिन्यूअस हो गए हैं, तो दैट इज टर्म्ड एज अ परफेक्ट फॉर्म. द एक्शन व्हिच वाज स्टार्टेड इज स्टिल गोइंग ऑन, या अभी अभी खत्म हुआ है, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज परफेक्ट फॉर्म. परफेक्ट फॉर्म याद रखना. जैसे इंडिया है, इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट कब से है, 1947 से है, तब से लेकर अभी तक क्या है, इंडिपेंडेंट है. तो जो चीज पुरानी शुरू हुई है पर अभी तक कंटिन्यूटी फॉर्म में है, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज योर परफेक्ट फॉर्म, राइट? प्रोग्रेसिव फॉर्म क्या होती है? प्रोग्रेसिव फॉर्म पे अगर क्वेश्चन आ जाए तो दिस इज कॉन्टिन्यूअस फॉर्म. Progressive is continuous. If in case the questions are being asked, please fill in the blanks with progressive form. That means they are asking you to fill in the blanks with continuous form, right? Then it is all about each paper has a perfect progressive form. Perfect progressive form hoti hai, that is something that is still, that has started and it is still going on, that is termed as perfect progressive form. Now you just, they were forms of something. Next we can go for the next question. That is टेंस क्या होते हैं, ये जरूरी नहीं है आपको याद करना. अब लुक एट द फॉलोइंग टेंसेस. अब कुछ टेंसेस हैं, कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स हैं जो आपको मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करवाने वाली हूँ. दैट इज ही लीव्स फॉर यूएसए नेक्स्ट मंथ. लीव्स, लीव्स क्या है, कोई भी वर्ड है जो एस और ईएस वाला है, दैट इज टर्म्ड एज योर प्रेजेंट फॉर्म. सो प्रेजेंट फॉर्म क्या आती है जब एस और ईएस की बात होती है, दैट इज प्रेजेंट फॉर्म. ही लीव्स फॉर यूएस, दो इट इज डिनोटिंग a future statement that he will be going, but it is present form and that is simple present. She is coming, coming ing form. I told you it is progressive form or the continuous form. So ing comes in the progressive or the continuous form. Identify this statement now. I wish I knew this address. So I wish I knew his address. It is new. New is which word, which verb you can call it out as. New is termed as the past tense. So new क्या आ गया? Past tense आ गया आपका. Then it is, will you have a cup of tea? Will identifies future. So these are the words which you have to demarcate. That here it is leaves, here it is your, sorry, here it is coming, and here it is your, here it is coming, here it is your new is past, and then it is your new, it is past, and then it is your will comes in the case of future. Yeah, good evening Gaurav. Then it is your verbs form. अब verbs की form क्या होती है? ये सिर्फ एक documentation है to read it out. You don't have to learn anything about it. That is termed as a case of documentation. Regular verbs होते हैं the verbs which form their past tense and past participle by adding ed. They are the regular forms. Those ones which form their past tense and past participle in different way, that is termed as irregular verbs. If I say you is, the word is dance. Can anyone tell me, all of you, dance की forms क्या होती हैं? What are the forms of dance? Tell me about it. Dance की forms क्या क्या होती हैं? Anyone who can tell me what are the forms of dance? Go ahead, guys. Now, this is when you can just add ed in the verb, and that is termed as, that makes a verb that is termed as danced and all. तो क्या आ जाएगा आपका? Regular form आ जाती है. Irregular form होती है when I say it out in the past tense. It is your, if I gave you any word, it is about lie, it is about lay, it is about any word which has a form, which can change the meaning, which can change the form. Ed के बिना कोई भी word बनता है, that is termed as, yeah. So वैसे told it is danced and dancing. But what comes if I say you the vocabulary or the verb is, suppose it's not dance, it is your sing. Sing में क्या लगेगा बताओ? What comes with sing? Tell me what comes with sing, guys. Start participation. What comes with this? So as I told you, what comes with regular forms, it is D and ED. What comes with, yeah, sing, sang, fung. So you understood what are the regular verbs and what are the irregular verbs. Regular forms which take ED and D with it, and irregular is which change the form. जब form change हो जाती है, we call it out as the irregular forms. So good. Now the next question we have is, where we need to understand is the forms which are being changed. When the form remains same, bet की forms, just have a look on this, you can say, the paper, because here all the important ones are already mentioned, right? That is bet, 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 burst, 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 right? Burst का क्या आ जाता है? Burst और burst आता है. Cast का क्या आता है? That is your cast, cast, cost, 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 cut, 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 hit का भी hit और hit रहते हैं. Hurt ka hurt, hurt. Let, put. So all these things, read, read, read. The way we speak it, that is different, but the way we write it out, that remains the same. So that is what we are talking about, right? Next we have is, don't added. Added will be there, yeah. It is not the irregular form. It will be a regular form. Added is already a word. Added का past करके देखो. Add, added. So it will be ed. Ed क्या रहेगी? तो regular form होगा. Irregular form नहीं होगा इसका. ठीक है? So it is. These are the words which take the form as the same one. Then it is like the forms which are different. Awake, awoke, awoken होता है ना? Awake, awoke. Then is beat, beaten, beaten आ जाता है. Become, became, become आ जाता है. Bend, bent. Bleed, bled. So all these forms which have one as a similar one, another changes, that is the second form of verb. Third is when all are different. Arise, arose, arisen. Be is am are. Be stands for is am are. What will be the past? Was and were. And then it will be been for you, right? Then it is beer. Beer is bore and born. Then it is begin, began, begun. Then it is bite, bit, bitten. Blow, blew, blown. Break, broke, broken. And choose, chose, chosen. So all are these important forms. I will give you in the documentation too. And as I always tell you in the classes also, कुछ forms हैं जो आपको revise करने पड़ेंगे. There are certain forms that you need to revise it out. That what are the forms of this in the past verbs, right? So there are certain words which you need to remember it out. So you just have a look whenever you're reading it out. In the normal instance, drink, drank, drunken, melt, melted, molten, proof, proved, proven. So just have a reading when you're downloading this documentation. Now let's come to the important rules. The most important portion of our verb of all our tenses is what are the rules behind it. I tell you from 3-4 portions and you are able to crack this out. It's very simple and very easy with that one. Okay, so it starts as rule number 1. In present indefinite sentence, that is simple present tense. जब आपके पास एक simple present tense आता है, the number and person, that is simple present. Simple present is there. The number and person of the subject play very important roles. Now it is subject plays important role. If a word ends, if the verb ends with double S, O, X, it is like pass. अगर पास से वर्ड एंड हो रहा है, डबल एस से हो रहा है, तो पीछे क्या लगा दोगे? ई एस लगा दोगे, वो क्या बन जाएगा? एक सिंपल वर्ब बन जाएगा, राइट? सो दैट इज टर्म्ड एज व्हेन द वर्ड्स एंड विद ऑल दीज वर्ड्स, all these alphabets, you just have to put yourself with the terms of es instead of s. तो s नहीं लगता इनके पीछे es लगता है, चाहे वर्ड o से एंड हो रहा है, sh से एंड हो रहा है, ch से एंड हो रहा है. So all these take it out as, like suppose it was ch, fetch है, fetch से क्या हो जाएगा? It will be fetch is, fetches. Es will be added and not fetch is added, right? So es is the form that is added over here. Next I will go for second rule. So it was just a generic one, like if the words end with these particular domains, you have to go for es whenever you are answering something. Clear? Next is in the next statement, that is when the main verb is in the future, use simple present in clauses with if, till, as soon as, when, unless, before, until, even if, in case, and as. तो क्या आ जाता है? डिनोट किसके कर रहे हैं हम? फ्यूचर को कर रहे हैं. अगर हम फ्यूचर को डिनोट कर रहे हैं तो पीछे क्या आ जाएगा? यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट. Till she arrives, simple present. It rains, simple present. It rains, simple present. She asked, it present. So that is when there is a collaboration of a future, you will always collaborate it with simple present. So simple present se ho jayega, right? So it is when there is future, you will collaborate it with simple present form, right? So it will be simple present form. So see, it becomes very simple, and the words you have to use it if it comes with if, till, as soon as, when, before, until, even if, in case, and as. So simple for that. Remember the second rule in that cases. Let's go for the rule number 3 now. That is simple present must be used instead of simple continuous. This is very important rule. There are certain verbs, certain words where you have to remember that you have to use simple present, and you don't have to use, you have to use simple present, and you don't have to use Continuous, big no. Okay, you don't have to use continuous, you have to use simple present when the words are like feel, hear, smell, etc., believe, know, think, etc., hope, love, hate, etc. Giving a very generic example, if I say it out as, we say to someone, I like you, I love you, something like these words. It is never, I am liking you. We don't use like words. So that is, it rose smells sweet. We don't say, the rose is smelling sweet. So all these words which have their forms, these are the words, you have to remember it out. They will always take simple present with them. They will never take ing form with them. And this is the most important rule which you can go for, right? So rule number 3 is the most important one. Next, we will go with the fourth one. Now, this is just an exception before I conclude with the rule number 3, that there are certain words which take their form in simple present and not ing. You have to remember these are just the words which we use in everyday slang, and these are generic exceptions, right? But rule number 3, remember it out, the most important one in the terms of your tenses. Next, rule number 4. Rule number 4, I told you in the last class also. Whenever you say that I completed my work yesterday, or this story was written 5 years ago, whenever there are words like ago, yesterday, before that day, some words like this, they will always be taking, all these things will be taking simple past. And what you guys do is, if I give you the example, I had written this paper yesterday. No, you will say it wrong. You will say I wrote this paper yesterday, because with yesterday you will use simple past and not perfect. Or it can be I have written this paper yesterday. That is also wrong, because we have to go for simple past whenever we are using this, right? These are the words which you need to remember it out. So here it is. He has completed his book yesterday. No, not has. He has completed his book yesterday. I have met her 3 days ago. I met her 3 days ago. So that is the way you need to remember it out. Next is fifth one. I always have told you in my classes about since and for rule number of times. Since and for, same way. I think all the students who are there in the class, they can solve it very easily. What comes with 1947? What comes with 2 hours? What comes with 24 days? 2 nights? Do it fast. What comes with evening? What comes with morning? What comes with, if you have to state it out, 5 p.m. and what comes with your sunset or sunrise or weekend. So these are some options which you need to remember, because when it is their period of time, जब कोई maths की calculation है और जिसमें हम बात कर रहे हैं about the maths calculation which is not giving us something exact, we go for. But when it is something exact which is being provided to us, we go for your this thing, that is all your other ways. Since, तो जब भी subjective दिख गया कुछ भी, subjective क्या होता है? Evening, morning, sunset, sunrise, ये सारा हमें क्या दिख रहा है? सिर्फ मैथ्स का कोई नंबर नहीं है, चुप करके हमने क्या लगाना है? Since लगाना है for all the things which are there for subjective terms. Where we need to use for and since for the maths term, when it is 1947, pointing to the exact period of time. Since, for, when it is 2 hours, random 2 hours, so it is for. 24 days, kaun se 24 days, we are not sure about it. For 2 nights, kaun se 2 nights, not sure. For evening, exact, like something subjective, maths ka number hi nahi hai. Since morning, 5 p.m, exact. Since, sunset, sunrise, since. So this is something very generic. Very good. Satyam has already answered it right. And yes, this series will be going every day for the next 3 days consecutively. We will be having this series, right? So next is the other question. So this was the rule number 5, which is there for since and for. Rule number 6 is if 2 or more actions take place in a sequence, we use simple past to denote the actions. Otherwise, past perfect is used to denote earlier actions. Now see, Whenever we use since, for, I told you it is in the perfect cases. Left that case. Rule number 6 is important because you have to understand when there are more than one action. If I say the doctor had arrived before the patient died, or the patient had died before the doctor arrived. Think about it. Very easy. Let's solve it out. If I give you a question, you have to check which one will be right. The doctor had arrived before the patient died, or it will be, you have to answer which will be right. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. So according to you, which one will be the right one? Think about it fast. Which one can be the right one in these two cases? जल्दी से बता दो कौन सा ठीक होगा. The patient had died. Good, Satyam. But why? Can anyone tell me the reason why had died will be fine and not before the other one? Now the rule states whenever you have two situations, we have two situations. There is a doctor arrival and there is a patient's death. Two incidents are there. So the incident which took prior, which took early, we will use perfect with that form, and the incident which took later, we'll use simple past with that form, right? So it will be the patient had died. पहले patient की death हुई होगी and then क्या हुआ होगा, उसके बाद doctor आया होगा. So it is a very simple. Remember this rule when you have two incidents, and this is also very, very important one. Which are highlighting you are the most important for your questionnaires, right? So when you have two incidents, one happened, both are the past incidents, one happened prior to the other, you will say it out past perfect for the prior one and simple past for the later one. So that was very easy that you need to remember. That's not according to situation, yeah. So that is there, but it is very, if I say it out, the train left the platform before I arrived. What will be the right one? Just correct the sentence where you will be using the perfect. The train left the platform before I arrived. Two situations. Which situation you think will be the first one? The train left the platform before I arrived the station. Now tell me answers. Good, Satyam gave a good explanation. Tell me about this sentence. क्या आएगा? The train had left the platform before I arrived. Great. Because train पहले जा चुकी थी और आप बाद में आए हो. So that is train had left. Already that train had left it out. That is why you were using it. Good. Next is you have to remember it out. I ruled 5 and 6. I told you 7. The use of simple past with I wish, if only. Now that is also very, very simple one. If I have to give you the next one, it is like if you ever have a thinking, I wish, काश मैं प्रधानमंत्री होती, काश मैं इस टाइम पे कोई सेलिब्रिटी होती, काश मैं डॉक्टर होती. Whenever there is something like that, we say it out. हम कहते हैं काश मैं होती. That is in the present right now. But whenever you have a sentences like I wish I dash a doctor, it will be I were a doctor. It will be she wished she dash an actor. What will be the answer in this? Tell me. What will be the answer in this? जल्दी से बता दो आंसर क्या आएगा. She wished she dash an actor, and this is very prominently asked in your blanks. In the fill in the blanks, it is asked. It is were an actor. Either it is he, either it is she, it is it. Whatever it is there, it, he, she, anything. Even it is singular, even it is plural. You will go for were, and you have to learn it out. Okay. If it is were, if I dash on her place, if I dash on her place, I would have saved him. What will be the answer? If I dash on her place, what will be the answer? If I were on her place. Very good. अगर मैं उसकी place पर होता, so remember it out. The rule is very simple. If there is something like wish, if only, They show that the past, unreal past, or the thing that you have been thinking for, that is not there in real. You will say that I were, I knew, something in the past will be there. It won't be the present case, right? So it will always have past tense with it. Good. This is also very important. Rule number 7. All the ones which have been asked and during the examination, only those are being highlighted. Okay. So rule number 8 states that in following structure, the use of simple past denotes unreal past, right? And present time situation. So it is the same rule that it is a time we went home. No, it is a time we go for us to go home. It is a time you finished. No, it will be present time situation. It is a time for you to finish, right? At this time, high time we have theft to leave. So this is not important. Rule number 8 is never been asked in the paper till now. So you can even leave this rule. Rule number 9, this is important that whenever you have the words like when or while in your sentences, whenever there is when, whenever there is while, you will always go for past continuous. It is was or were plus ing. That you have to remember. When he arrived, his wife was washing her clothes. Where were you living when the war broke out? So whenever there are roots, while is there, when is there, you will always go for two things, that is past tense and ing form. And this is also important one. So these are generic ones which you have to remember whenever this thing happens, what you have to use in the tense format, right? Next is rule number 9. Same way, when and while, tenth. Past perfect is used when we look back on earlier action from certain time in past. So similar way, something that was started before, we have been doing this class. Like say, if I have to say, we are working last 30 minutes, it's wrong. It is, we have been in this class for 30 minutes. That is, the class is still going on and it started 30 minutes prior. So any action that started prior but it is still going on, that will take the case of your perfect. That is your past perfect, right? Or something that has just finished. I had just brewed myself a glass of milk when the phone rang. So same way, two situation, one before and other, the prior to it. So that is the situation which happened prior, past perfect, the situation which happened later, simple past. Rule number 11, the past perfect is also used which began before the time of speaking in the past and which stopped some time before the time of speaking. Past perfect उसके लिए भी होता है, जैसे मैंने बोला मैंने अभी क्लास खत्म कर दी है. If I had finished the class, so it is I had finished a class for 5 minutes. So that is मैं अभी कोई action खत्म करके हटी हूँ. So something that has been just completed, we also go for perfect tense, past perfect. Past perfect continuous is used when the action began before the time of speaking in the past and continue up to that time. The same way I told you, India has been independent. We used to say that lad. But similar way, if I have to say it out, it was now 8 and she was tired because she had been cleaning the house since dawn. So any action that was there in the past and it is still continuing right now, you will be using it past perfect continuous, right? Simple ones, not important ones and not something. Simple future, you will use for habitual action. Like if I say, winter will come again, I hope you are well, something like that. So these are simple future sentences. And this is important. Whenever you have two actions, one is there in the future, we use perfect for the action completed first and present simple for the action to be completed afterwards, right? So it is, the student will have left the class before the teacher comes. The principal will have started before I reach there. So the same way in the past sentences, one was past perfect, another was simple past. In the future cases, it is, one is your future one, another is your simple present one. So these are the two important things that you need to remember. Here it is, you have future perfect and you have your simple present. So remember it like this. One, it is the case of past perfect plus simple past. Second is your future perfect and it is your simple present. So this is something that you need to remember whenever you are solving the tenses, because it can come in the terms of your blanks also, right? Next you have is 15. Future perfect is also used for such incident actions which we presume that another person already had the knowledge of that incident or the action is already completed by that time. So it is very simple. That is something that will be completed with the passage of time. Now let's start these. I would start with the questions first now. Let's come to the questions. Okay. So let's do, I will mark the questions which you have to do with me, right? You have to just correct the following sentences, right? Do the second one, then fifth one, sixth one, eighth one, 12th one, and 15th one. Do it fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sentences are there. Do it fast. क्या क्या आएगा इसमें? फॉर्म्स चेंज करनी है हमें, करेक्ट करने हैं सेंटेंसेस को. पहला सेंटेंस जैसे मैंने आपको ऑप्शन में दिया है, वेरी इजी, इट इज शी हैज बीन कुकिंग मील फ्रॉम 7 AM. क्या आएगा? इसको प्रेजेंट में चेंज कर दो. इसकी फॉर्म, इसका सेंटेंस, क्या गलती लग रही है इसमें? व्हाट इज द मिस्टेक यू सी इन दिस सेंटेंस? वेरी इजी. She has been cooking meal from 7 AM. Very easy. No, you don't have to change the form. It is, you have to check it out. कहाँ गलती है? You have to correct it out. Correct करो इसको. इस cooking नहीं करना, इसको present ही है. Perfect, present perfect है. I'll give you an example. It is, she has been cooking meal from 7 नहीं आएगा, क्या आएगा? Since आएगा कि for आएगा? 7 AM के साथ since आएगा कि for आएगा? That is a mistake which has been there. Since, very good. So it is your since 7 AM. Good. Go for fifth one. They have been residing here since 4 years. क्या आएगा इसमें? They have been residing here since 4 years. What will be the answer? Since 4 years? What will be the mistake? Since नहीं आएगा तो क्या आएगा? Since में गलती है, क्या आएगा 4 years के साथ? Reshmi, Satyam, what will be the answer? For 4 years. Very good. So it is for 4 years. Go for this one. They go to field at 5 AM. They goes to field at 5 AM. Start from very basics and we will be doing the complex questions with it. Like they goes to field at 5 AM. क्या गलती है? Very easy. Went नहीं आएगा क्योंकि present में करना है हमें. ऊपर लिखा है ना present में है but correct करना है. Goes नहीं आएगा तो क्या आएगा? Go आएगा. Okay. 8th, he drink coffee in the morning. Habitual. And for habitual, otherwise we would have used future sentence. But right now what we'll be using is he drink coffee in the morning. क्या आएगा? Simple one. Very simple. 8th. What will be the answer? जल्दी से बताओ तो बड़ी जल्दी सॉल्व होना चाहिए. Drinks आएगा. Very good. He drinks coffee in the morning. What will come with 12? We takes bath together in the river. We takes bath together in the river. What will be the answer? We take bath. Very simple. Takes नहीं आ सकता. जब plural है, we is the plural one. We will use take with it. We will use not takes with it. Go for 15th. He passed all the tests without fail. He passed all the tests without fail. Something it has been doing it out, but what comes? Past नहीं आएगा. I told you. Present में करना है. Present में इसको change करके सही करो. Present में क्या गलती है इसकी? He passed all the tests without fail. Passes. Very good. Reshmi is right. He passes all the tests without fail. Good one, guys. Now, here is the answer. Go for the past one. Now, same way, let's do 5 questions over here. I'll mark you up. First it is 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 10th. Now, these are the 5 questions. Let's start with the first one. Sita had been cooking for 2 o'clock. क्या आएगा? Sita had been cooking for 2 o'clock. बहुत easy है, ये गलत नहीं होना चाहिए. Very, very easy. क्या आएगा इसमें? Sita had been cooking for 2, this one. Since आएगा. Very good. Since will be the right one. Good. Go for this 5th one. Ramesh had took your purse. क्या आएगा? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. रमेश हैड टुक योर पर्सन. जनरिक में बहुत इजी ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. Had took, had taken. Very nice. It will be verb की third form. It is taken आएगा. Go for the seventh one. We had been playing chess since 2 hours. क्या आएगा? We had been playing chess since 2 hours. Very very easy. Past में ही करना है, but कहाँ गलती है? For 2 hours. Very nice. So it is not since, it is for 2 hours. Go for 9. The patient had fainted, then the doctor came. Now 2 incidents are there. Remember it out. The patient had fainted. Has, had और I'll tell you about has, have and had का use. अभी past का चल रहा है. मैं आपको बताऊंगी has होता है जब कोई एक्शन चल रहा है. had तो जो खत्म हो चुका है उसके लिए है. has और have अगर मेरे साथ है, सिंगल पर्सन है, has लगेगा. ज्यादा पर्सन है तो have लगेगा. और जो एक्शन चलता जा रहा है और अभी भी चल रहा है उसके लिए has. जो खत्म हुआ है रिसेंटली उसके लिए had. वेरी सिंपल. बताओ 9th का क्या आएगा? The patient had died, then the doctor came. क्या आएगा? Let's see how many of you are intelligent now. Very good. Reshmi is right. It won't be then, it will be before the doctor came. आपको before याद रखना है. 2 actions है, एक पहले हुआ, एक बाद में हुआ. Go for the 10th one. My friends was coming by bus. It's coming, sorry. My friends was coming by bus. Very easy. My friends were coming by bus. Was नहीं आएगा, were आएगा. तो were coming by bus is the right one. So at least you get an idea कि किस तरह से questions को solve करना है. Go for the third one. अब future में correct करना है इसको. ठीक है? Same way we'll be doing it in the future. I give you 5 sentences for this. Go for the first one, 4th one, 6th one, 8th, 10th. Let's go with the first one. The students will have led the school before the principal came. I told you a generic rule right now. याद है rule क्या था? Future के साथ हमेशा कौन सी form लगती है? If there is a future in the front, if it is future perfect in the front, it will be simple what? Present at the back. तो क्या गलती है यहाँ पे? ना when नहीं आएगा. When is used when the words like hardly, scarcely and barely is used. When उन cases में लगता है. ये भी आप rules अच्छे से करोगे, you will be getting into the idea. यहाँ पे when नहीं लगेगा, before लगेगा. बताओ यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? The 2 students will have left the school before the teacher came. No, it won't be word. It will be before the teacher principal comes. Because I told you अगर आगे क्या है, फ्यूचर में आ गया, फ्यूचर परफेक्ट आ गया, पीछे सिंपल प्रेजेंट लगेगा. तो केम तो पास्ट आ गया, तो पास्ट नहीं लगेगा, क्या लगेगा? सिंपल प्रेजेंट लगेगा. अब करो अगला. Will he has completed his work by tomorrow? क्या आएगा 4th का? वेरी इजी. ये तो बोलने टाइम ही आपको पता चल जाएगा. What will be there? Will he has completed his work by tomorrow? What will be the answer? No, it is not complete. Have है तो has have के साथ तो लगती ही verb की third form है. Has है या have है या had है. Verb की तो third form ही लगेगी. Complete, completed, completed यही आएगा. Completed तो गलत नहीं है. ध्यान से देखो. चेंज क्यों कर रहे हो फॉर्म? हैज आ सकता है इसमें, विल ही हैव आएगा. विल ही हैव. विल जब लग सकता है तो ही के साथ हैज नहीं आता, ही के साथ हैव आता है. शी विल हैव, ही विल हैव, इट विल हैव, इट विल हैज नहीं होता है. दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट आउट, राइट? सो इट विल बी हैव. Go for the 6th one. He will has been waiting for you for 3 days. सेम है, प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए एक और है. क्या आएगा आंसर? He will has been waiting for you for 3 days. क्या आएगा आंसर? हैव, वेरी गुड. अब भी सेम में ही विल हैव आएगा, हैड नहीं आ सकता, राइट? राम विल हैव नॉट बीन प्लेइंग एट दिस टाइम टुमारो, क्या आएगा? Go for the ninth one, sorry, eighth one. Ram will have not been playing at this time tomorrow. Very easy now. ये sequence में problem भी आती है questions में. There's a problem in the sequence. कोई solve कर सकता है? Let's see. Any one of you can solve it out. Eighth. Had been क्यों कर रहे हो? ऊपर future है. Future तो change ही नहीं कर सकते. See, it is in future. Why are you changing the form? Form नहीं change होगी. Form is not going to change. Not. Very good. It will be Ram will not have been playing at this time. And sometimes we do skip this out, right? So iska kya aayega? Will not have been. Very good. Deep 4 eyes, right? So now next question. Let's go for the next one now. He will have finished the work by whatever is the time. Suppose 11 p.m. hai. बहुत easy है. No one should make this mistake. Very easy. Check it out. He will have finished the work by 11 p.m. Both the rules I mentioned you, बस वो देख के भर दो. कहाँ गलती है? कहाँ गलती है यहाँ पे? वेरी गुड. विल हैव फिनिश्ड आएगा, फिनिश नहीं आएगा. वर्ब की थर्ड फॉर्म यूज होती है. वेरी गुड. ऑल द वंस हैव करेक्टेड इट आउट. 2 और सेंटेंसेस हम स्पॉटिंग एरर के 5 और करेंगे एंड देन विल बी लीविंग द क्लास राइट नाउ. ओके, tomorrow again we'll be solving more questions of tenses again. Then it is, I'll go for 2nd, 5th, 7th, 8th and 10th. Let's go with this rule now. Go for the second question now. Second question करते हैं, solve करते हैं इसको. कहाँ पे error लग रहा है आपको? When you will find out a solution to this problem, you will be awarded a prize. कहाँ पे लगता है यहाँ पे गलती होगी? अब एक रूल याद है अभी, अगर दोनों साइड पे विल है, दोनों साइड पे विल है ना, एक तो गलत होगा. अब वो गलत कौन सा, वो डिमार्केट कर लो. इजी सॉल्यूशन है. Whenever both the cases, when a sentence is there, statement is there, both having the same verbs, दो सेम चीजें आ जाती है, तो क्या आएगा? इसमें गलती होती है एक साइड पे. कौन सी साइड पे गलती होगी? ए. वेरी गुड. अब इसमें when you find a solution, find out a solution this problem, you will be awarded a prize. Good. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमने कर दिया सिंपल प्रेजेंट कर दिया, पीछे हमने क्या कर दिया? फ्यूचर कर दिया. गुड. Go for 5th one. Whenever he is coming here, he brings many gifts for me. क्या आएगा 5th में? राइट. अब हैबिचुअल है. जब भी हम बात करते हैं जो हर दिन होती है, कॉमन है, क्या आएगा इसमें? comes. Very good. Whenever he comes here. Very good. Whenever he comes. Go for the 7th one. It is high time you are starting this business, said Ram to Mahesh. Oh, it's not like this. कहाँ गलती है बताओ? It is high time you are starting this business, said Ram to Mahesh. बी. वेरी गुड. बी में गलती क्या है? यू आर स्टार्टिंग नहीं आएगा, यू स्टार्टेड आएगा. दिस बिजनेस सेड, एक तो पास्ट है तो आगे वाला भी पास्ट में ही होगा. गुड. गो फॉर द 9th वन. व्हेन आई विल क्रॉस 50, माय वाइफ विल क्रॉस 45. अब याद है एक हमने सेंटेंस किया था, क्या इसमें रूल था? दो सिचुएशंस हैं, एक है फ्यूचर की, दोनों में विल है, इसमें भी विल है. हो सकता है ऐसे या नहीं हो सकता? When, ये याद है, ये वाला सेंटेंस जैसा ही है, क्या आएगा? When I cross, very good, very intelligent. When I cross आएगा, when I will cross नहीं आएगा. Go for the last one, 10 sentence. The secret of his good health lies in the fact that he is getting up early and goes to bed early. क्या आएगा? अब इसमें भी हैबिचुअल है एक. हैबिचुअल के लिए हम क्या यूज करते हैं? समथिंग यू डू एवरी डे. व्हाट डू यू यूज विद इट? He is getting up होगा या फिर क्या आएगा? He gets up early. Very good. Is getting me gets up. So some generic forms you remember it out. Like अगर आप रोज हैबिचुअल चीजों की बात कर रहे हो, आप सिंपल प्रेजेंट की बात करोगे, आप सिंपल में बात करोगे, आप उसमें बात नहीं करोगे. So these are some solutions. We have another exercise also. All these questions we'll be doing tomorrow again. Now tell me one thing. Thoda clearance hua. I'll be bringing more questions and more spotting errors and all these things for you tomorrow. Same time at 5 or 5:30 will be there. I'll inform you the time prior. Any problem to anyone? I hope a bit of, see, tenses you cannot do in one class. One class में नहीं करवाऊंगी because it is a topic which is a favorite of every person. That what will be there in tenses. So कुछ rules है. Perfect है, past perfect, simple perfect. Then it is your simple past, sorry. Then it is future, simple future, future perfect is there. At the back, what will be used? Tell me the rule number 2. What will come when we are using future perfect? What will come at the back? Future perfect के साथ क्या आएगा? Okay, some vocabulary will do tomorrow then. Surely. I'll make you learn some vocabulary words tomorrow. Simple present, very good. Now tomorrow some questions practice will be there and vocabulary upon to your choice. Any other preference you have of the topic you can tell me right now for consecutively 3 days. Tomorrow vocabulary, and I'll assure you when you'll be attending the class you'll be learning it very easily. बताओ vocabulary के सिवाय कोई और topic? Any person, any topic of their choice. The person can tell me fast. कोई topic, किसी की preference? No other preference then? Tomorrow again, same time, vocabulary and some questions will be there for practice. Be there in the class and we'll be solving it out. And through these tricks, you will be learning a lot of questions. Okay? So all the best. Take care and keep preparing. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye and have a good day.